Hi, this is Leslie Fiorenzo, and today I want to share with you why planning is such an important process for success. Of course, as always, I want to invite you to share this with a friend if you think they would find it of value, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future episodes. Now, I have a confession to make. I failed to begin to plan when I started this project. And as Ben Franklin so aptly reminds us, by failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. So when I started uploading videos on a regular basis, I would go to the calendar, I'd schedule them out and look at the calendar and say, okay, this is the next one. And it wasn't until I began to write down what I had uploaded that I realized I had failed to upload a video last week. Now, I posted a video because I talked about Wednesday instead of Wednesday, wins, recording your wins. So go back and listen and check that out if you'd like. But the idea was, oh my gosh, I totally missed uploading a video. Had I had a plan, had I written out some ideas, written out a schedule, I would not have missed that. So here's my message to you today. I want you to think about this video for inspiration, and I'm much more of a big picture thinker, so sometimes breaking things down, writing things down, it's a challenge for me to do, quite frankly. It's not in my nature necessarily, but I have learned the value of writing things down and the strategies to help me succeed with this project or others is really about thinking and putting things on paper, or in this case with my video project plan, putting it in an Excel spreadsheet. So as former military general and U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower said about planning, he said, plans are useless, but planning is essential. So it's more than just thinking about what you want to accomplish, which was my thought with this channel in the first place. I'm just going to post regularly. It's writing it down, it's developing a strategy of execution, and then taking action that's going to help you move towards your goal. Now, research would also suggest that it's about putting pen to paper, writing things out, the actual process of writing, as opposed to using a keyboard or even speaking it using artificial intelligence to speak your words into a document. Better for you. Dr. Gail Matthews, who is a psychology professor at Dominican University in California, did a really interesting study, and she found people who wrote down their goals were 42% more likely to achieve them. People also vividly imagined what was going on, vividly described their goals, vividly imagined their goals, and people who do that are about 1.5 times more likely to accomplish that goal than folks who don't. So that's a pretty big difference, I think. There's also another interesting study by a team of researchers at the University of Tokyo. Now, this study was published in a peer-reviewed journal in March of 2019, and they looked at digital devices versus writing things down. And the study did suggest that writing things down on paper associated with higher robust brain activation and better memory recall. You may have had this experience. You made a list to go to the grocery store and you left the list at home, but when you got to the store, you remembered most of what was on that list. That's part of that reason. You activated an area in your brain that was important for memory recall. So as we think about goals and this idea of writing things down and planning and preparation, there's also a concept about worst case scenario planning. We know we cannot control everything, and we don't always see everything coming, right? Nobody forecasted in the end of 2019, 2020, what was going to happen worldwide with the pandemic, right? We didn't see that coming. But when we can do some worst case scenario planning, we realize we can control our thoughts about a situation. We can control what we say to ourselves about the event. We can control what action we take as a result of the event. So when we take time to think about in our own personal life, worst case scenario, and take time to plan and prepare, it can really make a difference. For example, you might remember when you were in elementary school, fire drills. Because of fire drills, because of that planning and preparation that public schools have done, there has not been a school fire related death since the 50s. I think that's pretty significant. So as Maya Angelou reminds us, hope for the best, be prepared for the worst. And one final thought on planning is from American entrepreneur Jim Rohn. And he says, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you will fall into someone else's. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. So my invitation to you today, as a result of listening to this, is go out and get yourself a journal and start writing. Take time to create your life plan. Start with the big picture. Start with the end in mind, as Stephen Covey reminds us. Where do you want to be at, in your old age? However you view that, whether it's 80 or 90, or what do you want to be when you retire from work? And then start to create plans that get you there, specifically a daily plan that will help bring about that success. And in my last video on your greatest asset, you probably recall I talked about the value of a morning routine. I believe a powerful, positive morning routine will make a big difference in your life. I know it has mine. So, as always, I would love to hear what you are doing as a result of this. I would, invite you to come back, put your results, put your comments in, and let me know what you think. Let me know what's working for you. And then, as always, subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and share this with someone who you believe would find value in it. Thanks. Make it a great day.